All right, welcome to another, seems like a very formal lunch in the code today. We are going to be spending some time building some agents, hence the shirt and jacket. I don't remember the last time I ever wrote some code wearing a shirt and a jacket, but here we are. Today we're going to spend some time, as I said, building some agents. We're going to do this in two ways. We'll spend some time building some reactive agents. So these are agents where we can sort of give it a task. So we could say, add something to my calendar at 2 p.m. on Tuesday, or find time on find a 30-minute slot on Tuesday and put it in my calendar. We'll also spend some time doing some proactive stuff, which I think will be more scheduled. So this might be like preparing for a day. This might be drafting emails. And some other things that hopefully we'll work on. So I think today's going to be interesting. We're going to use the Agents SDK from OpenAI that I think they announced last week. So excited to sort of play around with that and see where we get in the next hour or so. Yeah, I guess with that, maybe we'll start by going over to Figma. We'll write out some requirements. I'll map out sort of what these agents will do, what that might look like, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's get started.
All right, to help make this a little bit faster today, I actually spent some time writing some requirements for this project. So there's essentially two types of things that we're looking at today: reactive and proactive, like I mentioned earlier. So on the reactive side, this is really about being able to ask questions, any questions to these series of agents. So this would be like questions related to tools. So this could be a question like, add 30 minutes to my calendar on Thursday with John. I wrote some jobs to be done here. So like when I need to complete a task that requires a tool, I want to issue a quick command to the AI agent to complete the task with the access that it has. There is no guardrails here, so there's not like a confirm this with me, but that could be something that could be added. But reactive just like goes ahead and does the thing. On the proactive side, this is something that I think has a lot of potential, which is really around like scheduling things. So one idea that I had here was around like drafting emails, like rather than like type a prompt to draft an email, just like draft all my emails for me in the morning. So this might be just like doing specific tasks at specific times. And I really want the agent in this example to sort of anticipate my needs and prepare outputs in advance. This is a rough architecture diagram. So I have essentially at the top here these reactive agents that have an ingress endpoint. So to start with, what we'll do is we'll just use probably Python today. I don't think I'll get to like call an email, but you issue a request to a reactive agent through the Python call. I mentioned like adding 30 minutes to my calendar. You can imagine you could just call your agent and do the same thing too. The second piece would be agent orchestration. So this is sort of selecting the right agent for a specific task based on the input. And then we'll have these series of tools that will represent things that we have. So I have calendar, email, Asana, and Obisidian here. I use Obisidian as a journaling tool. I use Asana for tasks, email and calendar, Gmail, and Google Calendar. And then that job complete should get passed back to the ingress once it's complete with the given instructions that it's been given. This is pretty straightforward. What we're going to start with is we'll build the ingress input with Python and just calendar. So like just list my calendar events and create a calendar event. Then we'll move on to agent orchestration and add tools and add Gmail. I don't think we'll get the other item state. These are prioritized, by the way, with P1, P2, and P3. So I just keep myself organized and don't go off the rails. But P1 represents sort of like the priority things that I think we need to do. P2 represent things that should be done, and P3s and P4s are sort of could do or would do, sort of the prioritization here. The next thing that we'll do is, or hopefully we'll do today, is add a scheduler. I kind of want Python has decorators. I kind of want a decorator for each of these things. So, at morning decorator, add some sort of trigger. This trigger would be sort of before, I don't just want the agent just to call the LLM, every morning at 5 a.m., check my email, blah, 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 do this. I kind of want a little bit of a check in there. So I have a programmatic trigger that I plan to add in, which will be like some Boolean trigger, which would be if I have an email that is sent directly to me and is in a specific label, like draft then run the agent is sort of the hypothesis. The other one I have in here is to add Asana tasks due today into calendar, and this should then run back into the agent orchestration chain, access these tools that we defined earlier, and sort of go through that entire process. This is again prioritized. So to start with, we'll create this decorator system. We'll define a trigger probably for Gmail to start with. We'll run this Gmail trigger to create drafts for us. We'll also hopefully get to doing Asana, and then if we have time, we'll do the snippets and some other work that we have planned in here. But hopefully that gives an overview of sort of what we're trying to do today.
I'm going to take a 2-minute break and quickly move over to and get started on this. All right. Alright, the suit is off. Needed to change out of that, so I'm going to crack on and write some code and start this project. Alright, let's go. Alright, let me move my laptop stuff around. Do I say UV init in the project, or does it just assume it? Like, do I need to activate it? After doing UV init. Oh my god. I think this is running Rust. Okay, now it's right. UV pip install. Okay. And let's try and run. Just make sure it's got our secrets. Change this to. So we just use main. Someone told me this wasn't big enough last time, so maybe make it much bigger. And UV
run main.py. All right, so we got a result from this example. So we completed that. Let's try and get a sense of how this works. So, create your first agent. Agents are defined with instructions. Okay, so looks like here we're going to create 2 agents. We're going to create one math tutor. Let's create some more. Okay. There's going to be a triage agent too, so to determine which agents hand this off to. And then let's run orchestration. Let's see where this goes. Does async just work? I think I might need to install it. Let's find out. Didn't get anything back. I think I need to put if name is main. Just ask them to fix it. So I can set this up. All right, let's just install it. Okay, so it needed async IO. Got an unknown keyword. Available agents. Why did it change it? Alright. So that one worked, and it has a guardrail. That's cool. Okay. All right, so I think we have the basic example set up here. I think what we're going to do next is we said we wanted to go back to the Figma diagram in the Figma diagram that we drew out. We had a labyrinth of stuff. Here we go. In the Figma diagram, we are going to work on ingress to start with, and we're going to build this just like calendar link. So we can use Google Calendar here. So let's hook that up. Okay, looks like it automatically does it. Just oh, it comes twice. Actually, so we know that one works. Let's call this agent ingress.py. With an agent that can take instructions like that. I think we just, I need to get some primitives actually, sorry. So there's primitives here, which are like tools. So what I want to do here is give my agent some tools that it can use. So I want to create my own tools, or function tools. Yes. Okay. Come up with an agent that can add events, or can look up my calendar and add events to it using Google with Python. UV. I wish it could just like automatically add stuff. It just seems like it's pulling context from the file and not necessarily doing anything in the file. So let's make sure that we have a token here that we can use. It's hard to read with this here, so this is going to do the authorization. This piece of code should add calendar events, and this one, sorry, get, and one is going to add. Okay. I might have to clean up this code. We're going to add these function tools. Okay. What meetings do I have today? Let's see, UV run ingress.py. Let's see what it can do. It seems there's a problem accessing your calendar. Let's make sure it can actually get the calendar stuff first. How do I? I just want to okay, so I'm going to create this thing called test calendar. So maybe just create a folder called calendar. Let's move this in here. Let's move this in here. Let's do test. Test calendar.py. I'm going to copy some code from ingress. Let's run it. Okay, Python uv run Python calendar test calendar.py. No file exists. Of calendar. Does it need to be in the current directory that it's ran in? It's slightly odd. Invalid scope. Huh. Okay, let's go. Okay, I think that worked. There's an issue with the okay, so it's got some events here for my calendar. Okay, next thing I want to do is out of this and see if I can just run it. Okay, how do I get it to run to pick the it's in the calendar folder, and I want to get okay. Seems like I just need absolute path in here. I need to change this to calendar token. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so now this has my this is running a test which gets to the work that we did in here. We have this somewhat done, so now we can move on to our like P2 here, which is to add a tool to access it. So I'm gonna come back here. And add in calendar agent.py. Take this out of here, put this in here, remove remove all of this calendar stuff because I'm going to import it. Where are the function tools? What's the import? What does that decorator for function tool? Rename this calendar tools. Add in an import. We'll eventually want to clean these up, but I'm just trying to make it easy right now. You can access events. This is the calendar agent. So I'm going to take this out, put this into Ingress. Do I still need to put init files in? It seems so old, I can't remember. Ingress. PYC. Just P. All right. Let's see if it will do some magic. So now we're going to ask the agent a question, which would be, what is the what events do I, or what meetings do I have today? It's currently read only, and that was not it. Python. UV run python ingress.py. The request library is not installed. UV got a bunch of errors. Time GM UV pip install requests. Library. Okay, let's give it all of this stuff and see if it can help me. I have a name. Oh, I cannot call it calendar. Is the issue. Because there's another conflict in library called calendar. All right, so this is going to ask what meetings do I have today, and then it produced this output which tells me all the meetings that I have today. Just sweet. Okay, so we solved one problem here, which was reactive, which was we wanted this to maybe walk you through. So I have this agent orchestration. This is this piece there that I have these agents. When I add more, I might need a handoff before that. So we might have like something that will select the different agents. I have tools in here, so I have I've added these two tools, one to fetch events and one to create events. And I'm currently working on this agent, this first piece. I'm going to try and fix the token for creating events, just to show you, just to make sure that it can create events. I'm going to go ahead and delete this token and rerun the Python calendar tools UV run calendar tools. Okay, I did not know what's going on. Why? Oh. Test calendar.py. Okay, so now I have an OAuth. I'm gonna open up another window. No, I'm not. I'm gonna select a different account. Okay. Did I change it to all? Nope. Wonderful. Okay, let's delete this token and run again, select the account, continue it, continue. All right, so now that I have this token set up, I should be able to ask it some questions to perform a task. So I could say, so I should be able to ask it some sort of thing in here. So I'm going to say, create when I have free time today, can you schedule me 30 minutes? Actually, let's check the calendar. No, this defeats the object. Schedule me a 30-minute coffee break this afternoon. Okay. And then if I run ingress, it is, and I'm going to need to pull in the current time in here needs to be put in, because they're going to need to know when. How would I change this? Okay, let's see if this works. (5:30 to 6 p.m.) All right, let's view this event. Okay, so I have a coffee break here, which it has added. Sick. All right, next up, what I want to do is I could ask it to review my week. So I'm gonna, we had this idea in here to do like coaching, which I could add in here. I'll just do it for fun. Prompt. Review my current week and let me know how I might be able to optimize it. I need to give it the current time. Okay, we'll run it. Some meetings cover some specific topics, combine them up, dedicate some time, buffer time, shift left surgeon discussions. I like that. Cool. All right, let's do this. We have calendar in a good state. So if I go back to my prioritization here, I'm going to just make sure that we have, okay, so we told the P1, P2, the next one was email. So let's tackle email next. So this was where it can like send an email or write me an email or do something for context. Head and create another folder called Gmail. Test gmail.py. All right, let's open up. Similar to test calendar. Can you write me something for Gmail which can draft emails and review my inbox? So I'm basically creating these like hooks into the different channels for me to use. Let's make sure I got all these libraries. I think I do. It's going to write me this file. And okay. Just creating proxies for that. Gmail, test Gmail. Okay, now let's see if I can just run this thing. See what happens. So I'm gonna run Gmail test gmail.py. Okay, so it's got a bunch of emails. In here, and it should have drafted a response in my inbox. So if I go to this inbox, I got a draft. I have this draft that it is created, which is pretty cool. All right, so now that I know that it can draft an email, this is now set up that I can probably, actually one thing that I probably want to do here is to just import these. Let me clean this up. Sorry. Yeah, sweet. I just don't want to duplicate work here, so I'm just I'm going to do the same, call this Gmail tools. Take these out. Move this to here. Create an init.py, and then the next thing I'm going to do is create the tools to run it, so like I did the calendar here. So I need to create these function tools in Gmail that can be used. I call it okay, maybe I need to change this. So I have list recent emails. Actually, let's just give it okay. Create function tools. So we created a function tool to send drafts and a function tool to list recent emails. It just put them in two tools. I think that's fine. Yeah. I'm just wondering if this decorative function tool, if I can use it directly with test, but I think it's fine. So I'm going to take this code, go to ingress now, paste in my different tools that I have for my Gmail agent, and then like they had in the code sample, they had a orchestration agent. No, they did not. I'm trying to pass in multiple agents. There was one right at the start, which was oh cool, I can do second runs. Oh. I got so many questions, but I'm just trying to find the quick start with the okay, triage agent is what I was looking for. Okay, handoffs allow agents to delegate tasks to, for example, agents specialize in distinct, for example, customer agent, blah, blah, blah. Handoffs are required, so there's a handoff to an agent name within the tool, then we called creating a handoff param, which can take an agent directly. You create a handoff param function provided by the agent. The function allows you to specify that agent's handoff. Okay, so this can like hand off requests to different agents. Cool. Let's see. Math tutor, define your handoffs. Okay. Call this personal assistant agent. You determine which agent to use based on the user's request. Then we can list out these agents, and hopefully this still works. Do I run the... Yeah, I just changed this to the triage agent. I wonder how much this costs. No module named Gmail. I need to fix that because I like to have tests that check. No module named Gmail. That's very odd. UV run ingress. Didn't have my secret. So this should just perform the same task, but just yeah, just it reviewed my week. Was the ingress ask. Okay, so we now built 2 agents. So let's come back to this diagram here. We just did this. Wish there was like a tick box. That would be really useful. Do they have like stamps I can use here? Let's see. Stickers. Stickers, I like that. Complete. Okay. I wish you could change the color of these. Can you change the color? No. This is a horrendous sticker. I want like a thumbs up. Done. Thumbs up. Okay. Why can't I change colors? Okay, so we've done ingress. We have email set up. We have don't have call set up. We did this. We just set up this orchestration. We have created these tools. We have calendar. We have email. We did not get to Asana, but you could assume that just in the interest of time, I'm going to, and I might come back to it, but just we're going to keep, we have Gmail and calendar right now. We have not done Asana. We also completed this. All right, next thing we're going to do is work on this scheduling thing. So take a break for 2 seconds while I have a snack, and yeah, we can keep going. Let's keep going here. We are going to move on to this next section on scheduling. So we have this ingress where we can like give it a task, basically task it to do anything with our calendar and our Gmail calendar and with Gmail. The next thing I want to do is have this be, as we said, we sort of have reactive. So I'm going to call this reactive, and we also want to create some proactive. So proactive is something that I want to run on a schedule, so I'm going to see what the best way to do this is. What is the best way to set up a scheduler in Python that can run tasks? What did I say? Can't have both on the screen. Tasks in the morning at 5 a.m. in the afternoon at, let's say, 3 p.m. and hourly, between an hourly, weekly, monthly, ideally I want a decorator like at schedule. Easy to read way to figure out how to add things to the morning. Okay, let's see what comes back with. Using AP scheduler. Okay, so it does have these things. Sick. This is exactly what I want. Okay. I'm going to create a new folder called scheduling. Pull it. Wait, that's not a term that's taken, and I'm going to call this tool.py. I haven't got a better word right now to name it. We need to install the dependencies for this. Failed to clone files. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to move this out. Delete this. Just see if this works for right now. UV runs scheduler.py. Okay. Didn't do anything. Let's see. Python scheduler. UV run Python scheduler.py. Okay. Wait 10 seconds. And it should exit. Oh, it just starts. So this is going to run hourly. I'm not entirely sure how to test this. Let's see. Let's go and try a unit test. Cannot import name. Trying to fix this test. This means scheduler should always call when the schedule is not running the modified job when the jobs are not named properly. Still the job IDs. Okay, perfect. Alright, looks like it got that set up, which is awesome. So I have tasks included. So our proactive agent now, we can define tasks in here, like at hourly, at morning, for it to perform these tasks. Maybe to help explain what I'm doing right now. And we'll try and draw this out. So right now, we don't have the scheduler set up. We actually, at the same time, did most of these. The only one that I don't have is ad hoc. And I actually realized that I didn't even prioritize these, which was my mistake. Okay, the next thing I need to add is a trigger. So the trigger that I had, that I was envisaging here, let me go to reactive. Sorry, go to proactive, is that I could say at morning, define check emails for urgent, so check emails, and the prompt would be like, check my emails for anything urgent, and send me a text if there is something for me to deal with. All right. What I don't want to, it's gonna cost me money to send every request to the LLM. So what I really wanted was some sort of trigger in here that would like check if there is actually something to do before I send it to the LLM. So it's like the trigger would be like check emails to me or something like that. Okay. And then if true, if trigger equals true, then it would run agent, be like runner, check my, it would go to the prompt. That makes sense. Does that make any sense? Check if there are something like that. I need like some sort of like trigger things that I need to add. Okay, let's see what OpenAI can do. Okay, I need to add something like this trigger notion to check if they're to return a Boolean and if true, then run the agent to do some work for me. Okay, Yeah, this is going to get too complex. Trigger an agent if necessary. Okay. So so this decorator, we know the decorators work. I'm just sort of, and we know if we schedule this, I'm just going to block out this code in here right now because we don't need it, and it's hard to test a scheduler that runs. We know that it works. What I need to do right now is to do a couple of things. I need something that will list out the unread emails from this Gmail tool. So I need to say oh, here we go. It's already done. That's wild. Okay, list unread emails to me. Sorry, I got distracted. The output from the model said what? List unread emails. Just added. Did I even add this? From Gmail import list that has recent emails, not unread. That's why I'm getting confused. It's like, what is going on here? Let's go to Gmail tools. Let's draft. Let's create another method called list unread emails. Let's also make it a function tool in case we need to. It is going to authenticate. Don't like that I have to manually put it, but I'm going to save this. Go back to my proactive here, add it. Okay. And then if the name is main, let's I'm just going to do this manually, but oops. Print unread emails. Just get the first one on the list. Okay, so on This should proactive. Check email. Can you have double decorators to check that? Okay. A function tool object is not callable. Didn't know that. Okay. Well, now I do. So Gmail tools. That's so crazy. I know I don't need a function tool, but I would prefer to call it directly. Okay. So I can just do run invoke instead. Okay, so where is this reactive, proactive? Check email dot unread emails dot invoke. Function tool calling is still. Let's add some search in here. It would be helpful if I could keep it with the I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, no. Oh, you need to create a runner. Interesting. Seems complicated to add the runner, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Runner has now no thing called invoke. Okay, where's the docs? Let's see. Are we still moving? Yeah. Can I search invoke here? Runner. Function tool name, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna give it this and see if I can find it. Let's see. So I'm just giving it my this input. I've already done that. Okay, so it just doesn't like using invoke. There's no way to call it. It just doesn't make any sense. So there's no way to. Oh wait. like it wants to get a command, but like what I don't really want to send it to the LLM. I want to do something before. So just call the function with the decorator at function tool directly. How can I test if the function tool is working as expected? I don't want to create an agent. This is crazy. Whoa, that's a lot of work. Okay, so I have to do. I have to call this. Is that right? This feels so wrong. Doesn't like that. I just can't believe it doesn't have a method to just run it directly. The function to wrap is the function name. But if you have a decorator, in this example, function tool, but how do I use it without the, okay, go to GitHub. What was it? Function. I need to probably show. I thought I got the entire thing. If you want to need to call the original undecorated and you should keep a reference to it before applying the decoration. Example, keep an undecorated before applying it. Okay, this is a lot of work, so I'm just going to remove one line of code. It doesn't make any sense though to me, because if I'm listing recent emails, why can't I just apply it as a method here? Because then I have to, yeah, just that, I don't know, that just doesn't seem right. It's basically saying that like you can call the LLM to give it your emails and look at it, where I'm trying to save on some of that. Oh, pardon me. Okay, so if I run proactive now, I should have, well, actually I could probably just put this, this and move this up into the Gmail tools, and it could be, what did I call them? Trigger list unread emails, and then with the unread emails, I could return direct emails. Does that make sense? Well, let's just print direct emails just to make sure. Okay, run proactive. So I'm using this basically trigger. It might be a better way to do this, but proactive trigger. Okay. So extreme. Direct. Emails. Doing something. Okay, so I got a bunch of things that were sent to me. I guess were sent to me directly. The next thing we can do now is add an agent in here to draft responses. I'm running a I guess what I want to make sure I'm strictly in the to line of these emails. So like, let's find one. This one is a good one where they just send me, damn, I am in the to line. Okay. That's cool. All right. Provided, use this, go to proactive. Then like maybe I could change this so it's like in a particular folder or with a particular label too. Actually, I'm going to do that to make this easier to make this easier. Let's see. Go to here. Let's create a label called important or direct. Okay. And then need to edit. Does that work? So this should now return nothing. Okay. invalid label. Does it have in, did I call it direct in lowercase? Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay. Maybe they have different label IDs, I don't know. Okay. If it has what would I call it? Okay, so it's going to fetch the labels. Okay, let's pull this trigger. If the email is sent directly to me, should be empty. Yeah, sweet. Okay, now I'm going to send myself an email and put it in there. So I'll get on my phone. Okay. Launch on Thursday. What is for launch on Thursday? All right. Okay, so I got this email. I want to move it to direct. I could set up a trigger to do this. So I could set up like filter message like this, where it's to me and it's from whomever, and I want to apply the direct label to it. All right, so I should have this email in here. I need to now mark it as unread. Okay. This should now show one email. No. Interesting. It's definitely in this folder with this label, and it's definitely unread. It says, let's just check this quickly. Has direct label is false. Okay, so it might just be. Now let's print the labels. I just want to get the right label. So this is that label. Make it so difficult. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I don't need to be printing the labels. I can direct label, and hopefully this should now show that one email. Perfect. So I got this email. Now what I can do is I can have then create a proactive tool in here to write those emails. So let's go ahead and create an agent in here similar to what we did in Reactive. And I can call this agent with a runner. So I'm going to say proactive. And I just want to give it draft email. It's got that tool. I then need to set up a runner in here for proactive. Where was it? Reactive. Ooh, one thing that I didn't think about is that it needs async IO. That might be a problem. Yes. Async def directs. Then can it take that direct email? Oh, damn, I don't have it because I'm not responding with the emails. Am I? Yeah, I could probably just return the email. Send a draft response. Go back to Gmail tools. We're going to return this as direct. Oh no, it is returning. It would return false. It'll just be empty. As direct emails. Okay, just show me one line. Oh, it just already does that. Bool. Direct. Emails. Perfect. Probably typing to this, but wait, which one was first? Has direct is first. Okay. proactive here. Okay, well, let's see if it can perform some magic here. We have the Gmail agent. Wonderful. Let's see what comes back here. Modify the line, okay. Okay, let's see. It says it's created a draft for me. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, I don't see it here. But I do see it here. Okay, I need to respond. Can you respond? Like, it creates a new email, basically. Let me see if I can get it to respond to the thread. I don't know why I say please. I think I'm far too polite to the to this. Let's see if it creates it in the thread. Did not respond because it's no longer. It's because I opened it. So let me. How do I make it? Mark as unread. Okay. Okay, so it says it's created a draft for me. It's done it in here, it's not in the thread, but that's pretty useful that I can just go through these. I wish it would respond in the thread, so there's probably some more work I could do on improving that, but I do want to make sure that I'm making some progress. So I think this is a good enough is probably the best way to describe it right now for where we're at with this one. Let me just check where we're at with our Figma stuff. So we created a trigger in here. We checked for some new emails. We didn't have this agent orchestration piece, but we did make some good progress. There's a bunch of stuff that we could probably add in here. I mentioned like adding Asana tasks due today in calendar. Let's add another thing in here called Asana. Oops. I'm just gonna actually call it tasks. And then inside tasks, I'll call it Asana.py. Can you help me get tasks for the current day that are assigned to me and create an Asana Pi helper function for me to make calls to the API? Okay. Okay, function source, yeah, okay. Okay, so this is going to get tasks that are due to me for today. I just need my... Let's check it works. Get user ID. Python, so uv run tasks asana.py. Would help if I did something with it. Okay, so I got my user ID, so we know that that works, which is sweet. I'm not leaking anything. So let me just comment this out and see if I can get the tasks for the day too. Tasks equals get tasks for today. Print tasks. Failed to get tasks. For more information on how to handle and read the docs. Okay, so it needs a workspace ID. Do I... This is actually a pretty nice API. I'm looking at it. So I need to get my workspace ID. Just get that from another. Okay, let's see if this works. Yeah, tasks for today. Okay, so I got this task, it's due today, which is great. So now I can add a function, make this a function tool with my proactive agent. What I could do now is I could add in a another morning trigger, async, or yeah, define add task to cal, and then have my agent basically you can help create calendar events for me and organize my day. And the tools that we're going to need is get tasks. Is that what I called it? Get today tasks. I wonder if it calls multiple tools. That's actually a good question, or whether it'll like do both. So this is probably a good. This will be interesting to see if it works. And then in calendar tools, I have create event, and I'll probably want to provide create event list events. It's not list events. What is it? Fetch events. Okay. So now I can call this. I probably need to add the current time. Can you add my tasks for today to my calendar? It sounds simple, but let's see what it does. Cal agent. Let's see what it comes up with. Tasks to Cal. Can you add my tasks for today? That's fine. I'm not sure if this token updated, but let's. I think it did. I think we went through this earlier. So let's go to proactive and see where we land. Let's move this. Get tasks today is not a function tool. Asana. What? $62. Oh, doesn't like it. Okay. Oh. That's why I'm calling it directly. I ran into this last time. Proactive. So what it should do is add that task to my calendar today. I encountered an error while trying to fetch your events for today. That's odd. Per uv run python test calendar.py cal test calendar.py. Wow. I don't understand this, why it doesn't run. Python cal test. No module named cal. Okay, let's go in cd cal. UV run test calendar. Okay. Let's get some help. Just Python imports sometimes are just a pain. All right. Searching the web. Oh. Let's just remove these. UV run mcal.test. Bad scope. Okay, so there is a scoping issue with this, with wonderful. So I can't create is its problem, but I thought it was going to ask me to authenticate, which is strange. I guess I could just delete it. Okay, now it has access to it. I should be able to run Python UV run proactive. Has an issue with that method, if I was to guess. How do I get like the debug logs from this? Like, that would be very helpful, because it's getting an output from here for when I run this, but it won't run it. Test. Okay, we're gonna add in some more stuff on the authentication to see if that will force a refresh of the tokens. I don't want read-only. That is maybe why. Okay, that worked. I gotta get this cal imports working. Let me fix that first. Let's see if it works now. Fingers crossed. Sweet, it worked. Okay, so it added the task from Asana to my Google Calendar. All right, I think this has been a long one, so let me flip back to my screen. Whoa. Is this proportionate? All right, you slowly move forward, and I think I slowly moved forward while we did this. So maybe just to recap, today we worked on proactive agents and reactive agents. We created a reactive agent that will check our mail. What else did we do here in reactive? Check mail, do some calendar stuff. It could review my week, it can add new events to my calendar and basically just orchestrate my calendar for me. The other one was around Gmail, which could like check my, list my recent emails and do some drafts. On the proactive side, so that was reactive. On the proactive side, we created some proactive agents. One that we just did was around adding tasks from Asana to our calendar, and I can just like write a note and it will go do it. The second thing that we did on the proactive side is that we had it create draft emails for us. So this could run at 5 o'clock every day, draft emails from emails in my inbox. And then all I need to do is go edit them quickly. This was a lot. If you found the time to watch this, I really appreciate it. And with that, bye.